Okay, let's get it. Posting. Okay. Why did this happen? Why did this happen? That's crazy. Alright. So. Where's the chat though? What happened? Okay. Let me try this again. Alright, so continuing from Exodus 21. I wrote 20, didn't I? Let's read 20 again. Why not? It's a good chapter. Alright, I'll start the timer when after reading 20. I read it last time. Alright, Exodus 20. And God spake all these words, and said, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou shalt have none other gods in my sight. Thou shalt make thee no graven image, neither any similitude that is in heaven above, either in the earth beneath, or in the waters under the earth. Thou shalt not worship them, neither serve them. For I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God, and visit the sin of the fathers upon the children, unto the third and fourth generation of them that hate me, and show mercy unto thousands in them that love me and keep my commandments. Thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain, for the Lord will not hold him guiltless that taketh his name in vain. Remember the Sabbath day, that thou sanctify it. 6 days shalt thou labor, and do all that thou hast to do. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt do no manner of work, thou and thy son and thy daughter, thy manservant and thy maidservant, thy cattle and the stranger that is within thy gates. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, the sea and all that in them is, and rested the seventh day. Wherefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long in the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Thou shalt not kill, thou shalt not break wedlock, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not bear false witness against thy neighbor. Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's house, neither shalt thou covet thy neighbor's wife, or his manservant, or his maid, or his ox, or his ass, or whatsoever thy neighbor hath. And all the people saw the thunder and the lightning, and the noise of the trump, and the mountain smoking. And when the people saw it, they removed, and stood afar off, and said unto Moses, Talk thou with us, and we will hear, but let not God talk with us, lest we die. And Moses said unto the people, Fear not, for God is come to prove you, and that his fear may be in your face, that ye sin not. And the people stood afar off, and Moses went into the thick cloud where God was. And the Lord said unto Moses, Thus thou shalt say unto the children of Israel, Ye have seen that I have talked with you from out of heaven. Ye shall not make therefore with me gods of silver, neither shall ye make you gods of gold. An altar of earth thou shalt make unto me, and thereon offer thy burnt offerings, and thy peace offerings, thy sheep and thine oxen. In all places where I shall put the remembrance of my name, thither I will come unto thee, and bless thee. And if thou wilt make me an altar of stone, see thou make it not of hewn stone. Else if thou lift up thy tool upon it, thou hast polluted it. Neither shalt thou go up by steps unto mine altar, that thy filthiness be not showed thereon. 21. Here are the laws which thou shalt set before them. If thou buy a servant that is an Hebrew, 6 years he shall serve thee, and in the seventh he shall go out free, paying nothing. If he came alone, he shall go out alone, and if he came married, his wife shall go out with him. And if his master have given him a wife, and she have borne him sons or daughters, then the wife and her children shall be her master's, and he shall go out alone. And if the servant say, I love my master, my wife, and my children, I will not go out free. His master shall bring him unto the judges, and set him to the door or to the doorpost, and his master shall bore his ear through with an awl, and he shall be his servant forever. And if a man sell his daughter to be a servant, she shall not go out as the men servants do. If she also please not her master, and he giveth her to no man to wife, then shall he let her go free. To sell her unto a strange nation shall he have no power, seeing he despised her. If he have promised her unto his son to wife, he shall deal with her as men do with their daughters. And if he take him another wife, yet her food, her raiment, and duty of marriage shall he not minish. And if he do not these three unto her, then shall she go out free, and pay no money. He that smiteth a man that he die shall be slain for it. If a man lay not a wait, but God deliver him into his hand, then I will point thee a place whither he shall flee. If a man come presumptuously upon his neighbor to slay him with guile, then thou shalt take him from mine altar, that he die. He that smiteth his father or his mother, let him be slain for it. He that stealeth a man and selleth him, if it be proved upon him, shall be slain for it. And he that curseth his father or mother shall be put to death for it. If men strive together, and one smite another with a stone or with his fist, and he die not, but lieth in bed, if he rise again and walk without upon his staff, then shall he that smote him go quit, save only he shall bear his charges for leasing or losing his time, and shall pay for his healing. And if a man smite his servant or his maid with a rod, and they die under his hand, it shall be avenged indeed. And if they continue a day or two, it shall not be avenged, for they are his money. If men strive and hurt a woman with child, so that her fruit depart from her, and yet no misfortune follow, then shall he be mersed, or amerced, fined, according as the woman's husband will lay to his charge, and he shall pay as the daysmen appoint him. And if any misfortune follow, then shall he pay life for life, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, hand for hand, foot for foot, burning for burning, wound for wound, stripe for stripe. And if a man smite a servant or his maid in the eye, and it perish, he shall let them go for the eye's sake. Let them go free for the eye's sake. And if he smite out a servant or his maid's tooth, he shall let them go out free for the tooth's sake. If an ox gore a man or a woman that they die, then the ox shall be stoned, and his flesh shall not be eaten. But the owner of the ox shall go quit. If the ox were wont to push in time past, and hath been told his master, and he hath not kept him, but that he hath killed a man or a woman, then the ox shall be stoned, and his owner shall die also. If there be set to him a sum of money, then he shall give for the deliverance of his life whatsoever is put unto him. And whether he hath gored a son or hurt a daughter, he shall be served after the same manner. And if he be a servant or a maid that the ox hath gored, then he shall give unto their master 30 shekels of silver, and the ox shall be stoned. If a man open a well or dig a pit, and cover it not, and an ox or an ass fall therein, the owner of the pit shall make it good, and give money unto their master, and the dead beast shall be his. If one man's ox hurt another that he die, then they shall sell the live ox, and divide the money, and the dead ox also they shall divide. Or if it be known that the ox hath used to push in times past, and his master hath not kept him, he shall pay ox for ox, and the dead shall be his own. 22. If a man steal an ox or a sheep, and kill it or sell it, he shall restore 5 oxen for an ox, and 4 sheep for a sheep. If a thief be found breaking up, and be smitten that he die, there shall no blood be shed for him. But if the sun be up when he is found, then there shall be blood shed for him. A thief shall make restitution. If he have not wherewith he shall be... If he have not wherewith to make restitution, he shall be sold for his theft. If the theft be found in his hand alive, whether it be ox or ass or sheep, he shall restore double. If a man do hurt field or vineyard, and put in his beast to feed in another man's field, of the best of his own field, and of the best of his own vineyard shall he make restitution. If fire break out and catch in the thorns, and the stacks of corn, or the standing corn, or field, be consumed therewith, he that kindled the fire shall make restitution. If a man deliver his neighbor money or stuff to keep, and it be stolen out of his house, if the thief be found, let him pay double. And if the thief be not found, then the goodman of the house shall be brought unto the judges, and shall swear whether he have put his hand unto his neighbor's goods. And in all manner of trespass, whether it be for oxen, ass, sheep, raiment, or any manner of lost thing which another challengeth to be his, the cause of both parties shall come before the judges. And whom the judges condemn, let him pay double unto his neighbor. If a man deliver unto his neighbor to keep ass, ox, sheep, or whatsoever beast it be, and it die, or be hurt, or taken away, and no man see it, then shall an oath of the Lord be between them, that he hath not put his hand unto his neighbor's good, and the owner of it shall take the oath, and the other shall not make it good. And if it be stolen from him, then he shall make restitution unto the owner thereof. If it be torn with wild beasts, then let him bring record of the tearing, and he shall not make it good. And if a man borrow aught of his neighbor, and it be hurt, or else die, and the owner thereof be not by, he shall make it good. But if the owner thereof be by, he shall not make it good, namely, if it be an hired thing, and came for his hire. If a man entice a maid that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall indote her, and take her to his wife. And if her father refuse to give her unto him, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. Whosoever lieth with a beast shall be slain for it. He that offereth unto any gods, save unto the Lord only, let him be utterly rooted out. Vex not a stranger, neither oppress him, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. Ye shall trouble no widow nor fatherless child. If ye shall trouble them, and they cry unto me, I will surely hear their cry, and then will my wrath wax hot, and I will kill you with the sword, and your wives shall be widows, and your children fatherless. Your wives shall be widows, and so on. If thou lend money to any of my people that is poor by thee, thou shalt not be as a tyrant unto him, neither shalt thou oppress him with usury. If thou take thy neighbor's raiment to pledge, thou shalt deliver it unto him again by that the sun go down. Or by that the sun go down, and or that is his... For that is his covering only, even the raiment for his skin, wherein he sleepeth. And when he crieth unto me, I will hear him, for I am merciful. Thou shalt not rail upon the gods, neither blaspheme the ruler of thy people. Thy fruits, whether they be dry or moist, see thou keep not back. Thy firstborn son thou shalt give me, likewise also shalt thou do with thine oxen and with thy sheep. 7 days it shall be with the dam, and the 8th day thou shalt give it me. Ye shall be holy people unto me, neither shall ye eat any flesh that is torn of beasts in the field, but shall cast it to dogs. 23. Thou shalt not accept a vain tale, neither shalt put thine hand with the wicked to be an unrighteous witness. Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither answer in a matter of plea that thou wouldest. Neither answer in a matter of plea that thou wouldest, to follow many. That thou wouldest turn aside from the truth, neither shalt thou paint a poor man's cause. If thou meet thine enemy's ox or ass going astray, thou shalt bring them to him again. If thou see thine enemy's ass sink under his burden, thou shalt not pass by and let him alone, but shall help him to lift him up again. Thou shalt not hinder the right of the poor in their suit. Keep thee far from a false matter, and the innocent and righteous see thou slay not, for I will not justify the wicked. Thou shalt take no gifts, for gifts blind the seeing, and pervert the words of the righteous. Thou shalt not oppress a stranger, for ye know the heart of a stranger, seeing ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. 6 years thou shalt sow thy land, and gather in the fruits thereof. In the 7th year thou shalt let it rest, and lie still, that the poor of thy people may eat. and what they leave the beasts of the field shall eat. In like manner thou shalt do also with thy vineyard and thine olive trees. 6 days thou shalt do thy work, and in the 7th day thou shalt rest, that thine ox and thine ass may rest, and the son of thy maid and the stranger may be refreshed. In all things that I have said unto you, be circumspect, and make no rehearsal of the names of strange gods, neither let it be heard out of thy mouth. 3 feasts thou shalt hold unto me in a year. Thou shalt keep the feast of sweet bread, that thou eat unleavened bread 7 days long, as I commanded thee, in the time of the month when corn beginneth to ripe. For in that month ye came out of Egypt. And see that no man appear before me empty. In the feast of harvest, when thou reapest the first fruits of thy labors, which thou hast sown in the field, and the feast of ingathering, which is in the end of the year, when thou hast gathered in thy labors out of the field. 3 times in a year shall all thy men children appear before the Lord God. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice upon leavened bread, neither shall the fat of my feast remain until the morning. The first of the firstfruits of thy land thou shalt bring into the house of the Lord thy God. Thou shalt also not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. Behold, I send an angel before thee, to keep thee in the way, and to bring thee into the place which I have prepared. Beware of him, and hear his voice, and resist him not. For he will not spare your misdeeds, and my name is in him. And if thou shalt hearken unto his voice, and do all that I speak, I will be an enemy unto thine enemies, and an adversary unto thine adversaries. For mine angel shall go before thee, and bring thee in unto the Amorites, the Hittites, the Perizzites, and Canaanites, Hivites, and Jebusites, and I shall destroy them. Thou shalt not worship their gods, neither serve them, neither do after the works of them, but overthrow them, and break down the images of them. And you shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take all sickness away from the midst of thee. There shall be no woman childless or unfruitful in thy land. The number of thy days will I fulfill. I will send my fear before thee, and will trouble all the people whither thou shalt go. And I will make all thine enemies turn their backs unto thee, and I will send hornets before thee, which shall drive out the Hivites, the Canaanites, and the Hittites before thee. Nevertheless I will not cast them out in 1 year, lest the land grow to a wilderness, and the beasts of the field multiply against thee. By little and little I will drive them out before thee, until thou be increased, and inherit the land. And I will make thy coasts from the Red Sea unto the sea of the Philistines, and from the desert unto the river. For I will deliver the inhabitants of the land into thine hand, and thou shalt drive them out before thee. Thou shalt make none appointment with them, nor with their gods, neither let them dwell in thy land, lest they make thee sin against me. For if thou serve their gods, it will be thy decay. If thou serve their gods, it will be thy decay. 24. And he said unto Moses, Come up unto the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel, and ye shall worship afar off. And Moses himself alone shall go unto the Lord, and they shall not come nigh, neither shall the people go up with him. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the laws. And all the people answered with one voice, and said, All the words which the Lord hath said will we do. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord, and rose up early, and set up an altar under the hill, and 12 stones according to the 12 tribes of Israel, and sent young men of the children of Israel, which brought burnt offerings, and offered peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. And Moses took half of the blood, and put it in basins, and the other half he sprinkled on the altar. And he took the book of the appointment, and read it in the audience of the people. And they said, All that the Lord hath said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood, and sprinkled it on the people, and said, Behold, this is the blood of the appointment, which the Lord hath made with you upon all the words. Then went Moses and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel up, and saw the God of Israel. And there was under his feet, as it were, a work of a sapphire stone, and as it were the heaven when it is clear. And upon the nobles of the children of Israel he set not his hand. And they saw God, and did eat and drink. And the Lord said unto Moses, Come up to me into the hill, and be there, and I will give thee tables of stone, and a law, and commandments, which I have written that thou mayest teach them. And Moses rose up, and his minister Joshua, and Moses went up into the hill of God, and said unto the elders, Tarry ye here until until we come again unto you. Behold, here is Aaron and Hur with you. If any man have any matter to do, let him come to them. And Moses went up to them into the mount, and a cloud covered the hill, and the glory of the Lord abode upon the Mount Sinai. And the cloud covered it 6 days. And the 7th day he called unto Moses out of the cloud. And the fashion of the glory of the Lord was like consuming fire on the top of the hill in the sight of the children of Israel. And Moses went into the cloud and got him up into the mountain. And Moses was in the mount 40 days and 40 nights. 25. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, that they bring me an heave offering. Of every man that giveth it willingly with his heart, ye shall take it. This is the heave offering which ye shall take of them, gold and silver and brass, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, white silk, and goat's hair, ram skins that are red, and the skins of taxus, or badgers, of shittim wood, oil for light, spices for anointing oil, and for sweet incense, or scents, onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breast lap. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, and according to all that I show thee, both after the fashion of the habitation, and after the fashion of all the ornaments thereof, even so shall ye make it. And they shall make an altar of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half long, and a cubit and a half broad, and a cubit and a half high. And thou shalt overlay it with pure gold, within and without shalt thou overlay it, and shalt make on high upon it a crown of gold round about. And thou shalt cast 4 rings of gold for it, and put them in the 4 corners thereof. 2 rings shall be in the one side of it, and 2 in the other. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, and cover them with gold, and put the bars in the rings along by the sides of the ark, to bear it withal. And the bars shall be in the rings of the ark, and shall not be taken away from it. And thou shalt put in the ark the witness which I shall give thee. And thou shalt make a mercy seat of pure gold, 2 cubits and a half long, and a cubit and a half broad. And thou shalt make 2 cherubims of gold, even of a whole work shalt thou make them in the 2 ends of the mercy seat, and the one cherub shalt thou make in the one end, and the other on the other end. Even of the same mercy seat shall ye make cherubims in the 2 ends thereof. And the cherubims shall stretch their wings abroad over on high, covering the mercy seat with their wings, and their faces shall look one to another, even to the mercy seat ward shall the faces of the cherubims be. And thou shalt put the mercy seat above upon the ark, and in the ark thou shalt put the witness which I will give thee, and from thence I will testify unto thee, and will commune with thee from upon the mercy seat, from between the 2 cherubims which are upon the ark of witness, of all things which I will give thee in the commandment unto the children of Israel. Thou shalt also make a table of shittim wood of 2 cubits long, and 1 cubit broad, and a cubit and a half high. And thou shalt cover it with pure gold, and make thereto a crown of gold round about, and make unto that a hoop of 4 rings, a whoop. Okay. A hoop of 4 fingers broad round about. And make a golden crown also to the hoop. What is this word? I forget. 25. Table. Yeah, that just means a border. What do you pronounce that? A whoop. I guess it's a hoop. Well, yeah, so hope meaning border. Huh. I'm sure that's also a spelling of hope, too. I'll just say hope. Similar to hoop. Hoop. Golden crown also to the hoop round about, and make for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the corners that are on the 4 feet thereof. Even over against the hoop shall the rings be, or the border, to put in bars, to bear the table withal. And thou shalt make the bars of shittim wood, and overlay them with gold, that the table may be borne with them. And thou shalt make his dishes and spoons and flat pieces, and pots to pour out withal, even of fine gold shalt thou make them. And thou shalt set upon the table showbread before me alway. And thou shalt make a candlestick of pure gold, even of a whole work shall the candlestick be made, with its shaft, branches, bowls, knops, and flowers, proceeding thereout. 6 branches also shall proceed out of the sides of it, the branches of the candlestick out of the one side. 3 branches of the candlestick out of the one side, and 3 out of the other. 3 cups like unto almonds, with knobs and flowers in one branch. And 3 cups like almonds in the other branch, with knobs and flowers. And even so throughout the 6 branches that proceed out of the candlestick. And in the candlestick self 4 cups like unto almonds, with their knobs and flowers. And there shall be a knob under every 2 branches in 3 rooms, or spaces, of the 6 that proceed out of the candlestick. And the knobs and the branches shall be of it. The knobs and the branches shall be of it. All of the same piece. And it shall be one work, even of pure gold. And thou shalt make the 7 lamps of it, and the 7 lamps thereof shalt thou put on high thereon, to give light unto the other side that is over against it. The tongs and snuffers thereof shall be of pure gold, of 100 pound weight of fine gold shalt thou make it, with all the apparel. Look therefore that thou make them after this fashion that was showed thee in the mount. 26. The tabernacle shalt thou make with 10 curtains of white twined silk, yellow silk, purple, and scarlet, and in them thou shalt make pictures of broidered work. The length of 1 curtain shall be 28 cubits, and the breadth of 1 curtain 4 cubits. And every one of the curtains shall have 1 measure. 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another, and 5 curtains shall be coupled together one to another. And thou shalt make loops of yellow silk along by the edge of the 1 curtain which is in the selvage of the coupling curtain. And likewise shalt thou make in the edge of the utmost curtain that is to be coupled therewith on the other side. 50 loops shalt thou make in the 1 curtain, and 50 loops shalt thou make in the edge of the curtain that is to be coupled therewith on the other side, and the loops that the loops may take hold one of another. And thou shalt make 50 buttons of gold, and couple the curtains together with the buttons, and it shall be 1 habitation. And thou shalt take 11 curtains, that is the number 11, A11. 11 curtains of goat's hair to be a covering upon the tabernacle. The length of a curtain shall be 30 cubits, and the breadth 4. And they shall be all 11, or 11, of 1 measure. And thou shalt couple 5 curtains by themselves, and the 6 by themselves, and shalt double the 6th in the forefront of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 50 loops in the edge of the utmost curtain on the one side, even in the edge of the coupling curtain, and 50 loops in the edge of the other curtain that must be joined unto it. And thou shalt make 50 buttons of brass, and put them on the loops, and couple the covering together, that it may be one. And the remnant that resteth in the curtains of the covering, even the half curtain that resteth, shall be left on the backsides of the habitation, that a cubit on the one side and a cubit on the other side may remain in the length of the curtains of the covering, and that it may remain of either side, or off either side of the habitation to cover it withal. And upon the tabernacle thou shalt make a covering of rams' skins dyed red, and yet a covering above all of taxes' skins, which are badgers. And thou shalt make boards for the habitation of shittim wood to stand upright. 10 cubits long shall every board be, and a cubit and a half broad. 2 feet shall there be in one board, and they shall be separate one from another. And thus shalt thou make for all the boards of the tabernacle. And thou shalt make 20 boards for the habitation on the south side, and thou shalt make sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 feet, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 feet. In like manner, in the north side of the habitation there shall be 20 boards, 40 sockets of silver, 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And in the west side of the habitation shalt thou make 6 boards, and 2 boards shalt thou make in the corners of the habitation in the meeting together of the 2 sides, and they shall be coupled together beneath, and likewise above, to a ring. And thus shall it be for the 2 boards that are in the corners. And they shall be 8 boards having sockets of silver, even 16 sockets, that there may be 2 sockets under one board, and 2 sockets under another board. And thou shalt make bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in one side, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle in the other side, and 5 bars for the boards of the tabernacle in the west side. And the middle bar shall go along through the midst of the boards from the one end unto the other. And thou shalt cover the boards with gold, and make their rings of gold, to put the bars through. And thou shalt cover the bars with gold also. And thou shalt rear up the habitation according to the fashion thereof, as it was showed to thee in the mount. And thou shalt make a veil of yellow silk, of purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. Of broidered work with pictures shalt thou make it, and hang it upon 4 pillars of shittim wood covered with gold, whose heads shall be of gold, standing upon 4 sockets of silver. And thou shalt hang up the veil with rings, that thou mayest bring in within the veil the ark of witness, and the veil shall unto you divide the holy from the most holy. And thou shalt put the mercy seat upon the ark of witness in the holiest place. And thou shalt put the table without the veil, and the candlestick over against the table on the south side of the habitation, and put the table on the north side. And thou shalt make a hanging for the door of the tabernacle of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, wrought with needlework. And thou shalt make for the hanging 5 pillars of shittim wood, and cover them with gold, and their knobs shall be of gold. And thou shalt cast 5 sockets of brass for them. Okay. 27. And thou shalt make an altar of shittim wood, 5 cubits long and 5 cubits broad, for it shall be 4 square and 3 cubits high. And thou shalt make it horns in the 4 corners of it, and horns shall be of it. The horns shall be of itself, and thou shalt cover it with brass, and make his ashpans, shovels, basins, flesh hooks, fire pans, and all the apparel thereof for the same of brass. And thou shalt make unto it a gridiron also, like a net of brass. And upon that net shalt thou make 4 brazen rings in the 4 corners thereof, and thou shalt put it under the compass of the altar beneath, that the net may be in the midst of the altar. And thou shalt make 2 bars for the altar of shittim wood, and cover them with brass, and let them be in the rings along by the sides of the altar, to bear it withal. And make the altar hollow with boards, even as it was showed thee in the mount, so shall they make it. And thou shalt make the cord of the habitation, that there may be in the south side hangings of white twined silk, of 100 cubits long for one side, and 20 pillars thereof, with their 20 sockets of brass. But the knobs of the pillars and their hopes or borders shall be silver. In likewise on the north side there shall be hangings of 100 cubits long, and 20 pillars with their 20 sockets of brass, and the knobs and the hoops or borders of silver. And the breadth of the court which is eastward shall have 50 cubits, hangings of 15 cubits in the one side, and their pillars with their 3 sockets. And likewise on the other side shall be hangings of 15 cubits with their 3 pillars and sockets. And in the gate of the court shall be a veil of 20 cubits of yellow silk, purple and scarlet and white twined silk, wrought with needlework, and 4 pillars with their 4 sockets. All the pillars round about the court shall be hooped or bordered with silver, and their knobs shall be of silver, and their sockets of brass. The length of the court shall be 100 cubits, and the breadth 50, and the height 5, and the hangings shall be of white twined silk, and their sockets of brass. All the vessels of the habitation in all manner service, and the pins thereof, yea, and all the pins also of the court shall be of brass. And thou shalt command the children of Israel that they give the pure oil olive, beaten for the light, to pour always into the lamps. In the tabernacle of witness, without the veil which is before the witness, shall Aaron and his sons dress it both evening and morning before the Lord, and it shall be a statute forever unto the generations of the children of Israel. 28. And take thou unto thee Aaron thy brother and his sons with him from among the children of Israel, that they may minister unto me, Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Itamar, Aaron's sons. And thou shalt make holy raiment for Aaron thy brother, that they may be unto glory and beauty. And thou shalt speak unto all that are wise-hearted, and whomsoever I have filled with the spirit of wisdom, that they make Aaron's raiment to consecrate him with, that he may minister unto me. These are the garments which they shall make: a breastlap, ephod, a tunicle, a straight coat, a mitre, and a girdle. These holy garments shall they make for Aaron thy brother and his sons, that they may minister unto me. And let them take gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. They shall make the ephod of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk with broidered work. The two sides shall come together and be closed up in the two edges thereof. And the girdle of the ephod shall be of the same workmanship, and of the same stuff, even of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. And thou shalt take 2 onyx stones, and grave in them the names of the children of Israel, 6 names of them in the one stone, and the other 6 in the other stone, according to the order of their birth, after the work of a stone graver. And of him that graveth signets shalt thou grave the 2 stones with the names of the children of Israel, and shalt make them to be set in gold. And thou shalt put the 2 stones upon the 2 shoulders of the ephod, that they may be stones of remembrance unto the children of Israel. And Aaron shall bear their names before the Lord upon his 2 shoulders for a remembrance. And thou shalt make hooks of gold, and 2 chains of fine gold, link work, and wreathed, and fasten the wreathed chains to the hooks. And thou shalt make the breastlap of judgment with broidered work, even after the work of the ephod shalt thou make it, namely of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk shalt thou make it. 4 square it shall be in double, an handbreadth long and a handbreadth broad. And thou shalt fill it with 4 rows of stones. In the first row shall be a sardius, a topaz, and a smaragdus. In the second row a ruby, sapphire, and diamond. In the third, ligure, an agate, and amethyst. In the fourth, a turquoise, onyx, and jasper. And they shall be set in gold in their enclosures. And the stones shall be graven as signets be graven with the names of the children of Israel, even with 12 names, every one with his name according to the 12 tribes. And thou shalt make upon the breastlap 2 fastening chains of pure gold and wreathen work. And thou shalt make likewise upon the breastlap 2 rings of gold, and put them on the edges of the breastlap, and put the 2 wreathen chains of gold in the 2 rings which are in the edges of the breastlap. And the other 2 ends of the 2 chains thou shalt fasten in 2 close hooks, and put them upon the shoulders of the ephod on the foreside of it. And thou shalt yet make 2 rings of gold, which thou mayest put in the 2 edges of the breastlap, even in the borders thereof, toward the inside of the ephod over against it. And yet 2 other rings of gold thou shalt make, and put them on the 2 sides of the ephod, beneath over against the breastlap, along, or below, where the sides are joined together upon the broidered girdle of the ephod. That's like above, but alow. And they shall bind the breastlap by his rings unto the rings of the ephod with a lace of yellow silk, that it may lie close above the broidered girdle of the ephod, and that the breastlap be not loosed from the ephod. And Aaron shall bear the names of the children of Israel in the breastlap of judgment upon his heart when he goeth in to the holy place for a remembrance before the Lord alway. And thou shalt put in the breastlap of judgment Urim and Thummim, and they shall be even upon Aaron's heart when he goeth in before the Lord, and Aaron shall bear the judgment of the children of Israel upon his heart before the Lord alway. And thou shalt make the tunicle unto the ephod altogether of yellow silk, And there shall be an hole for the head in the midst of it, having a bond or tie of woven work round about the collar of it, as it were the collar of a partlet, that it rend not. And beneath upon the hem thou shalt make pomegranates of yellow silk, and of purple and scarlet round about the hem, and bells of gold between them round about, and let there be ever a golden bell and a pomegranate, a golden bell and a pomegranate round about upon the hem of the tunicle. And Aaron shall have it upon him when he ministereth, and the sound shall be heard when he goeth into the holy place before the Lord, and when he cometh out, and he shall not die. And thou shalt make a plate of pure gold, and grave thereon as signets are graven, the holiness of the Lord, and put it on a yellow silk lace to be upon the mitre, even upon the forefront of it. And it shall be upon Aaron's forehead, that Aaron may bear the sign of the holy things which the children of Israel hallow in all their holy gifts. And it shall be always upon his forehead for the reconciling of them before the Lord. And thou shalt make a linen coat, and thou shalt make a mitre of linen, and a girdle of needlework. And thou shalt make for Aaron's sons also coats, girdles, and bonnets, glorious and beautiful. And thou shalt put them upon Aaron thy brother, and on his sons with him, and he shall anoint them, and fill their hands, and sanctify them, that they may minister unto me. Oops. That they may minister unto me. And thou shalt make them linen breeches to cover their privities, from the loins unto the thighs shall they reach. And they shall be upon Aaron and his sons when they come into the tabernacle of witness, or when they come unto the altar to minister in holiness, that they bear no sin, and so die. And it shall be a law forever unto Aaron and his seed after him. 29. This thing also shalt thou do unto them when thou hallowest them to be my priests. Thou shalt take a calf, even a young ox, and 2 rams that are without blemish, and unleavened bread, and cakes of sweet bread tempered with oil, and wafers of sweet bread anointed with oil. Of wheaten flour shalt thou make them, and put them in a mand, hand basket, and bring them in the mand with the calf and the 2 rams. And bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of witness, and wash them with water. And take the garments, and put upon Aaron the straight coat, the tunicle of the ephod, and the breastlap, and gird them to him with the broidered girdle which is in the ephod. And put the mitre upon his head, and put the holy crown upon the mitre. Then shalt thou take the anointing oil, and pour it upon his head, and anoint him, and bring his sons, and put all albs, and bring his sons, and put, what is this? $29. And take his sons. Oh, albs. Well, pour it upon his head. Coats. Well, I don't know this word, but apparently albs is coats. And gird them with girdles, as well Aaron as his sons, and put the mitres on them, and the priest's office shall be theirs for a perpetual law. And thou shalt fill the hands of Aaron and of his sons, and bring the calf before the tabernacle of witness. And Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the calf, and thou shalt kill him before the Lord by the door of the tabernacle of witness. And take up the blood of the calf, and put it upon the horns of the altar with thy finger, and pour all the blood beside the bottom of the altar. And take all the fat that covered the inwards, and the caul that is on the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and burn them upon the altar. But the flesh of the calf, and his skin, and his dung shalt thou burn with fire without the host. It is a sin offering. Thou shalt Also take one ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon the head of the ram, and when thou hast slain the ram, thou shalt take his blood and sprinkle it round about upon the altar, and cut the ram in pieces, and wash the inwards of him and his legs, and put them unto the pieces, and unto his head, and then burn the whole ram upon the altar for a burnt offering unto the Lord, and for a sweet savour, and a sacrifice unto the Lord. And take the other ram, and Aaron and his sons shall put their hands upon his head. Then shalt thou kill him, and take of his blood, and put it upon the tip of the right ear of Aaron and of his sons, and upon the thumb of their right hands, and upon the great toe of their right foot, and sprinkle the blood upon the altar round about. Thou shalt take of the blood that is upon the altar, and of the anointing oil, and sprinkle it upon Aaron and his vestments, and upon his sons, and upon their garments with him, and he shall be hallowed, and his clothes, and his sons, and their clothes with him. And thou shalt take the fat of the ram and his rump, and the fat that covereth the inwards, and the caul of the liver, and the 2 kidneys, and the fat that is upon them, and the right shoulder. For the ram is a full offering, and a simnel, which I think is a loaf of bread, and a cake of oil bread, and a wafer out of the basket of sweet bread that is before the Lord, and put all upon the hands of Aaron, and on the hands of his sons, and wave them for a wave offering before the Lord. And again thou shalt take it from off their hands, and burn it upon, or of their hands, and burn it upon the altar for a burnt offering, to be a savour of sweetness before the Lord. For it is a sacrifice unto the Lord. And thou shalt take the breast of the ram of Aaron's consecration, and wave it for a wave offering before the Lord, and it shall be thy part. And thou shalt sanctify the breast of the wave offering, and the shoulder of the heave offering, which is waved and heaved up of the ram of the consecration, for Aaron and for his sons. And it shall be Aaron's and his sons by a statute forever, of the children of Israel, for it is an heave offering. Even an heave offering of the children of Israel, and of their peace offerings. Their heave offerings is the Lord's. Simnal. And the holy garments of Aaron shall be his sons after him, to be anointed therein, and to fill their hands therein, the work or the service of them. And that son that is priest in his stead after him shall put them on 7 days when he cometh into the tabernacle of witness, to minister in the holy place. And thou shalt take the ram of the consecration, and seethe his flesh in an holy place. And Aaron and his sons shall eat the flesh of the ram, and the bread that is in the basket, even by the door of the tabernacle of witness. And they shall eat to them, because the atonement was made therewith, to fill their hands, and to consecrate them. But a stranger shall not eat thereof, because they are holy. And if aught of the flesh of the consecration, or of the bread remain unto the morning, thou shalt burn it with fire, and it shall not be eaten, because it is holy. Therefore shalt thou do unto Aaron and his sons, even so, according to all things which I have commanded thee. 7 days shalt thou fill their hands, and offer every day a calf for a sin offering, for to reconcile withal, that thou mayest cleanse the altar when thou reconcilest upon it. And thou shalt anoint it to sanctify it. 7 days thou shalt reconcile upon the altar, and sanctify it, and it shall be as an altar most holy. Every one that toucheth the altar, let him be holy. This is that which thou shalt offer upon the altar, even 2 lambs of 1 year old, day by day continually. The one thou shalt offer in the morning, and the other at even. And with the 1 lamb 1/10 deal of flour mingled with the 4th part of an hin of beaten oil, and the 4th part of an hin of wine, for a drink offering. And the other lamb thou shalt offer at even, and shalt go thereto according to the meat offering and drink offering in the morning, to be an odor of a sweet savour, and a sacrifice unto the Lord. And let this be a continual burnt offering among your children after you, before the door of the tabernacle of witness before the Lord, where I will meet you, to speak there unto thee. There I will meet with the children of Israel, and will be sanctified in mine honor. And I will sanctify the tabernacle of witness and the altar. And I will sanctify also both Aaron and his sons to be my priests, and I will dwell among the children of Israel, and will be their God. And they shall know that I am the Lord their God, that brought them out of the land of Egypt, for to dwell among them, even I, the Lord their God. Among. You could say that's for emphasis. 30. And thou shalt make an altar to burn incense of shittim wood. Okay. Of shittim wood shalt thou make it, a cubit long and a cubit broad, even 4 shall it be, and 2 cubits high. 2 cubits high. The horns thereof shall proceed out of it, and thou shalt overlay it with fine gold, both the roof and the walls round about, and his horns also, and shalt make unto it a crown of gold round about, and 2 golden rings on either side, even under the crown, that they may be as places for the bars to bear it withal. And thou shalt make the bars of shittim wood, and cover them with gold. And thou shalt put it before the veil that is by the ark of witness, before the mercy seat that is upon the witness, where I will meet thee. And Aaron shall burn thereon sweet incense every morning, when he dresseth the lamps, even then shall he burn it. And likewise at even, when he setteth up the lamps, he shall burn incense. And this incensing shall be perpetually before the Lord throughout your generations. You shall put no strange incense thereon, burnt sacrifice or meat offering, neither pour any drink offering thereon. And Aaron shall reconcile upon the horns of it once in a year, with the blood of the sin offering of reconciling. Even once in the year shall he reconcile it through your generations. It is most holy unto the Lord. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, If thou takest the sum of the children of Israel after their number, they shall give every man a reconciling of his soul unto the Lord, when thou tellest them that there be no plague among them. When thou tellest them, or countest, or count, tell or count. When thou tellest them that there be no plague among them, when thou tellest them. And thus much shall every man give, and that goeth into the number, half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary. A shekel is 20 halfpence. And half shekel shall be the heave offering of the Lord. All that are numbered from 20 years old and above shall give an heave offering unto the Lord. The rich shall not pass, or surpass, or overpass, and the poor shall not go under half a shekel. But ye shall give an heave offering unto the Lord, that he may have mercy upon your souls. And thou shalt take the reconciling money of the children of Israel, and shalt put it unto the use of the tabernacle of witness, that it may be a memorial unto the children of Israel before the Lord, that he may have mercy upon your souls. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Thou shalt make a laver of brass, and his foot also of brass, to wash withal, and shalt put it between the tabernacle of witness and the altar, and put water therein. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet therein, even when they go into the tabernacle of witness, or when they go unto the altar to minister, and to burn the Lord's offering. They shall wash themselves with water, lest they die. And it shall be an ordinance unto them forever, both unto him and his seed throughout their generations. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Take unto thee principal spices, of the most pure myrrh 500 shekels, of sweet cinnamon half so much, even 250 shekels, of sweet calamus 250, of cassia 250, after the holy shekel, and of oil olive in hin. Olive spelled with an F. And thou shalt make of the oil an holy ointment, even an ointment compound after the craft of the apothecary. And thou shalt anoint the tabernacle of witness therewith, and the ark of witness, and the table, and all his apparel, and the candlestick, and all his apparel, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt sacrifice, with all his vessels, and the laver and his foot. And thou shalt sanctify them, that they may be most holy, so that no man touch them, and no man touch them, but they that be hallowed. And thou shalt anoint Aaron and his sons, and consecrate them, that they may minister unto me. And thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, saying, This shall be an holy anointing oil, or holy ointing oil, unto me throughout your generations. Upon man's flesh shall it not be poured, neither shall ye make any other after the making of it, for it is holy, and shall be holy unto you. Whosoever maketh like that, or whosoever putteth any of it upon a stranger, shall perish from among his people. And the Lord said unto Moses, Take unto thee sweet spices, balm, onycha, sweet galbanum, these spices with pure frankincense, of each like much, of each like, of each like much, and make of them sweet-smelling incense, after the craft of the apothecary, mingled together, pure and holy, and beat it to powder, and put of it before the witness in the tabernacle of witness, where I will meet thee. It shall be unto you most holy, and see that you make none after the making of that, similar to it. It shall be unto you holy for the Lord. Whosoever shall make like unto that, to smell thereto, shall perish from among his people. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Behold, I have called by name Bezaleel, the son of Uri, the son of Hur of the tribe of Judah, and I have filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and understanding, in knowledge and in all manner of work, to find out subtle feats, and to work in gold, silver, and brass, and in the craft, to set stones, and to carve in timber, and to work in all manner of workmanship. And behold, I have given him to be his companion Aholiab, the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. And in the hearts of all that are wise-hearted have I put wisdom, to make all that I have commanded thee, the tabernacle of witness, the ark of witness, and the mercy seat that is thereupon, and all the ornaments of the tabernacle, and the table and his ornaments, and the pure candlestick with all his apparel, and the altar of incense, and the altar of burnt offerings, and all his vessels, and the laver with his foot, the vestments to minister in, and the holy garments for Aaron the priest, and the garments of his sons to minister in, and the anointing oil, the sweet incense for the sanctuary, according to all that I have commanded thee shall they do. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say, In any wise see that you keep my Sabbaths, for it is a sign between me and you in your generations, for to know that I the Lord am he that doth sanctify you. Keep my Sabbath therefore, for it is holy unto you. He that defileth it shall be slain, for whosoever worketh therein, the same soul shall be rooted out from among his people. 6 days shall men work, and in the 7th day is the Sabbath of the holy rest of the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day shall die. Wherefore let the children of Israel keep the Sabbath, that they observe it throughout their generations, that it be an appointment forever. For it is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever. For in 6 days the Lord made heaven and earth, and in the 7th day he rested and was refreshed. And when the Lord had made an end of communing with Moses upon the Mount Sinai, he gave him 2 tables of witness, even tables of stone, written with the finger of God. 32. And when the people saw that it was long, ere Moses came down out of the mountain, they gathered themselves together unto Aaron, and said unto him, Up, make us gods to go before us, for of this Moses, the fellow that brought us out of the land of Egypt, we wot not what is become. And Aaron said unto them, Pluck off the golden earrings which are in the ears of your wives, your sons, and and of your daughters, and bring them unto me. And all the people plucked off the golden earrings which they had in their ears, and brought them unto Aaron. And he received them of their hands, and fashioned it with a graver, and made of it a calf of molten metal. And they said, These be thy gods, O Israel, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And when Aaron saw that, he made an altar before it. And Aaron cried, saying, Tomorrow is the holy day of the Lord. And they rose up in the morning, and offered burnt offerings, and brought peace offerings also. And the people sat them down to eat and drink, and rose up again to play. And the Lord said unto Moses, Go, get thee down. Thy people which thou broughtest out of the land of Egypt have marred have marred. Oh, out of the land of Egypt have marred. All they are turned at once out of the way which I commanded them. So they have marred. That's a complete sentence. Marred themselves. Or erred. For they have made them a calf of golden metal, and have worshipped it, and have offered thereto, saying, These be thy gods, O Israel, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt. And the Lord said unto Moses, I have seen this people, and behold, it is a stiff-necked people. And now suffer me that my wrath may wax hot against them, and consume them, and I will make of thee a mighty people. And Moses besought the Lord his God, and said, O Lord, why doth thy wrath wax hot against thy people, which thou hast brought out of the land of Egypt with great power and with a mighty hand? Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, For a mischief did he bring them out, even for to slay them in the mountains, and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn from thy fierce wrath, and turn from this evil devised against the people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel, thy servants, to whom thou swarest by thine own self, and saidst unto them, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of will I give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever. And the Lord refrained himself from the evil which he said he would do unto his people. And Moses turned his back and went down from the hill, and the 2 tables of witness were in his hand, and the same tables were written on both the leaves, and were written on both the leaves, and were the work of God. And the writing was the writing of God, graven in the tables. And when Joshua heard the noise of the people, as they shouted, he said unto Moses, There is a noise of war in the host. And he answered, It is not the cry of them that have the mastery, nor of them that have the worse, but I do hear the noise of them that sing. And it fortuned, as soon as he came nigh unto the host, he saw the calf and the dancing, and Moses' wrath waxed hot, and he cast the tables out of his hands, and brake them beneath the hill. And he took the calf which they had made, and burned it in the fire, and stamped it unto powder, and strowed it in the water, and made the children of Israel drink of it. And Moses said unto Aaron, What did this people unto thee, that thou hast brought so great a sin upon them? And Aaron answered, Let not the wrath of my Lord wax fierce. Thou knowest the people, that they are even set on mischief. For they said unto me, Make us gods to go before us, for we wot not what is become of Moses, the fellow that brought us out of the land of Egypt. And I said unto them, Let them that have gold pluck it off, and bring it me. And I did cast it into the fire, and thereof came out this calf. Moses therefore saw that the people were naked, and that Aaron had made them naked unto their shame among their enemies. And he went and stood in the gate of the host, and said, If any man pertain unto the Lord, let him come unto me. And all the sons of Levi gathered themselves together, and came unto him. And he said unto them, Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, Put every man his sword by his side, and go in and out from gate to gate throughout the host, and slay every man his brother, and every man his companion, and every man his neighbor. And the children of Levi did as Moses had said, and there fell of the people the same day about 3,000 men. And Moses said, Fill your hands unto the Lord this day, every man upon his son and upon his brother. Fill your hands, and that there may be given you a blessing this day. Well, occupy your hands unto the Lord with his service. And on the morrow it fortuned that Moses said unto the people, Ye have sinned a great sin, and now I will go up unto the Lord, if peradventure I may purchase an atonement for your sin. Moses therefore went again unto the Lord, and said, O, this people have sinned a great sin, and have made them gods of gold. And now I pray thee, either forgive them their sin, or if thou wilt not, wipe me out of thy book which thou hast written. And the Lord said unto Moses, I will put him out of my book that hath sinned against me. I will put him out of my book that hath sinned against me, is his response. And now go thou, bring the people unto the place which I said unto thee, Behold, mine angel shall go before thee, Never the latter in the day when I will visit their sin upon them. And the Lord plagued the people, because they made the calf which Aaron made. Because they made the calf which Aaron made. 33. And the Lord said unto Moses, Depart and go hence, thou and the people which thou hast brought out of the land of Egypt, unto the land which I swear unto Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, saying, Unto thy seed will I give it. And I will send an angel before thee, and will cast out the Canaanites, the Amorites, and the Hittites, the Perizzites, and the Hivites, and the Jebusites, a land that floweth with milk and honey. For I will not go among you myself, for ye are a stiff-necked people, lest I consume thee in the way. And when the people heard this evil tidings, they sorrowed, and no man put on his best raiment. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying unto the children of Israel, Ye are a stiff-necked people. I must come once suddenly upon you, and make an end of you. Therefore now put thy goodly raiment from thee, that I may wit what to do unto thee. And the children of Israel laid their goodly raiment from them, even by the mount of Horeb. And Moses took the tabernacle, and pitched it without the host, afar off from the host, and called it the tabernacle of witness. And so it came to pass that every one that would pray unto the Lord went out unto the tabernacle of witness, which was without the host. And it fortuned that when Moses went out unto the tabernacle, all the people rose up, and stood every man at his tent door, and looked after Moses, until he was gone into the tabernacle. And as soon as Moses was entered into the tabernacle, the cloudy pillar descended, and stood at the door of the tabernacle, and he talked with Moses. And all the people saw the cloudy pillar stand at the tabernacle door, and they rose up and worshipped every man in his tent door. And the Lord spake unto Moses face to face, as a man speaketh unto his friend, and he turned again into the host. And the child Joshua his servant, the son of Nun, departed not out of the tabernacle. And Moses said unto the Lord, See, thou sayest unto me, Lead this people forth, and thou hast not showed me whom thou wilt send with me. And thou hast said, moreover, I know thee by name, and thou hast also found grace in my sight. Is what you've said to me. Now therefore, if I have found favor in thy sight, then show me thy way, that I may know thee, and that I may find grace in thy sight. And consider also that this nation is thy people. And he said, My presence shall go with thee, and I will give thee rest. He said unto him, If thy presence go not with me, carry us not hence. For how shall it be known here that I and the people have found favor in thy sight, but in that thou goest with us? If thou go with us, shall not I and thy people have preeminence before all the people that are upon the face of the earth? And the Lord said unto Moses, I will do this also that thou hast said, for thou hast found grace in my sight, and I know thee by name. And he said, I beseech thee, show me thy glory. And he said, I will make all my good go before thee, and I will be called in this name of the Lord before thee, and will show mercy to whom I will show mercy, and will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. And he said, Furthermore, thou mayst not see my face, for there shall no man see me, and live. And the Lord said, Behold, there is a place by me, and thou shalt stand upon a rock. And while my glory goeth forth, I will put thee in a cleft of the rock, and will put mine hand upon thee while I pass by. And I will take away mine hand, and thou shalt see my back parts, but my face shall not be seen. 34. And the Lord said unto Moses, Hew thee 2 tables of stone, like unto the first, and I will write upon them the words that were in the first tables which thou breakest. And be ready in the morning, that thou mayest come up early unto the mount of Sinai, and stand there with me in the top of the mount. There shall no man come up with thee, neither let any man be seen throughout all the mount, neither let the sheep nor oxen feed before the hill. And Moses hewed 2 tables of stone like unto the first, and rose up early in the morning, and went up unto the mount of Sinai, as the Lord commanded him, and took in his hand the 2 tables of stone. And the Lord descended in the cloud, and stood with him there, and he called upon the name of the Lord. And when the Lord walked before him, he cried, Lord, Lord God, merciful and gracious, long-suffering, and abundant in goodness and truth, and keeping mercy in store for thousands, forgiving wickedness, ungodliness and sin, and not leaving one innocent, visiting the wickedness of the fathers upon the children and upon child childers' children, his children's children, even unto the third and fourth generation. And Moses bowed himself to the earth quickly, and worshipped, and said, If I have found grace in thy sight, O Lord, then let my Lord go with us, for it is a stubborn people, and thou shalt have mercy upon our wickedness and our sin, and shalt take us for thine inheritance. And he said, Behold, I make an appointment before all the people, and I will do marvels, such as have not been done in all the world, neither in all nations. And all the people among which thou art shall see the work of the Lord, for it is a terrible thing that I will do with thee. Keep those things that I command thee this day. Behold, I cast out before thee the Amorites, Canaanites, Hittites, Perizzites, Hivites, and Jebusites. Take heed to thyself that thou make no compact or a pact with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be um, lest it be cause of ruin among you. But overthrow their altars, and break their images, and cut down their groves. Thou shalt worship no strange god, for the Lord is called jealous, because he is a jealous God. Lest if thou make any agreements with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a whoring after their gods, and do sacrifice unto their gods, and call thee, and thou eat of their sacrifice, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a whoring after their gods, and make thy sons go a whoring after their gods also. Thou shalt make no gods of metal. The feast of the sweet bread shalt thou keep 7 days. 7 days shalt thou eat unleavened bread, as I commanded thee in the time of the month when corn beginneth to ripe. For in the month when corn beginneth to ripe thou camest out of Egypt. All that breaketh up matrix is mine, and all that breaketh the matrix among the cattle, if it be male, whether it be oxen or sheep. But the first of the ass thou shalt buy out with a lamb, and if thou redeem him not, thou shalt break his neck. All the firstborn of thy sons shalt thou redeem, and see that no man appear before me empty. 6 days thou shalt work, and in the 7th day thou shalt rest, both from earing and reaping. Thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, with their first fruits of wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end. Thrice in a year shall all your men children appear before the Lord Jehovah, God of Israel, when I cast out the nations before thee, and enlarge thy coasts, so that no man shall desire thy land. Thou shalt go up to appear before the Lord thy God thrice in the year. Thou shalt not offer the blood of my sacrifice upon leaven, neither shall aught of the sacrifice of the feast of Passover be left unto the morning. The first ripe fruits of my land thou shalt bring unto the house of the Lord thy God, and thou shalt not see the kid in his mother's milk. And the Lord said unto Moses, Write these words, for after the tenor of these words I have made a covenant with thee and with Israel. And he was there with the Lord 40 days and 40 nights, and did neither eat bread nor drink water. And he wrote upon the tables the words of the covenant, even 10 verses. And it fortuned, when Moses came down from Mount Sinai, the 2 tables of witness were in Moses' hand when he came down from the mount. I like how they use a fortuned. And Moses wist not that the skin of his face shone in manner of an horn while he talked with him. In manner of an horn. Hmm. And Aaron and all the children of Israel looked upon Moses, and behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him. And when he had called them, Aaron and all the chief that were in the company came unto him, and Moses talked with them. And afterward all the children of Israel came nigh, and he commanded them all that the Lord had said unto him in the Mount Sinai. Oh, oops. Uh, in the Mount Sinai. When Moses had made an end of communing with them, he put a covering upon his face. And again, when Moses went in before the Lord to speak with him, he took the covering off until he came out. And he came out and spake unto the children of Israel that which he was commanded. And the children of Israel saw the face of Moses, that the skin of Moses' face shone. And Moses put the covering upon his face again until he went in to commune with him. 35. And Moses gathered all the company of the children of Israel together, and said unto them, These are the words which the Lord hath commanded thee, that ye should do them. 6 days ye shall work, but the 7th day shall be unto you the holy Sabbath of the Lord's rest. Whosoever doeth any work therein shall die. Ye shall kindle no fire throughout all your habitations upon the Sabbath day. And Moses spake unto all the multitude of the children of Israel, saying, This is the thing which the Lord commanded, saying, Take from among you an heave offering unto the Lord. Whosoever is of a willing heart, let him bring it for the heave offering of the Lord. Namely, gold, silver, and brass, and yellow silk, purple, scarlet, white silk, goat's hair, and ram's skins red, and taxus skins with shittim wood, oil for light, and spices for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense, and onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod and in the breast lap. And let all them that are wise-hearted among you come and make all that the Lord hath commanded. The habitations with the tent thereof, and his covering, and his rings, and his borders, his bars, his pillars, and his sockets, the ark and the staves thereof, with the mercy seat and the veil that covereth it, the table and his bars, and all his vessels, and the showbread, and the candlestick of light, and his apparel, and his lamps with the oil for the light, the cense or incense altar with his bars, the anointing oil and the sweet incense, and the hanging of the door of the entering in of the tabernacle, the altar of burnt sacrifice with his brazen gridiron, his staves and all his vessels, the laver and his foot, and the hangings of the court with his pillars and their sockets, and the hanging in the door of the court, the pins of the habitation, and the pins of the court with their cords, the ministering garments to minister in the holy place, and the holy vestments for Aaron the priest, and the vestments of his sons, that they may minister in. And all the company of the children of Israel departed from the presence of Moses, and every one came, as many as their hearts couraged them, and as many as their spirits made them willing, and brought a present for the Lord to the making of the tabernacle of witness, and for all his uses, and for the holy vestments. And they came, both men and women, even as many as were willing-hearted, and brought bracelets, and earrings, rings, and chains, which jewels were all of gold. And all the men brought a wave offering of gold unto the Lord. And every man with whom was found yellow silk, purple, scarlet, white silk, and goat's hair, and red skins of rams, and taxus skins, brought them. All that did heave up an oblation of gold and brass, and brought an heave offering unto the Lord. And all men with whom was found shittim wood for any manner work of ministration brought it. And all the women that were wise-hearted did spin with their hands, and brought the spun work both of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white silk. And all the women whom their own heart moved span goat's hair wisely. And the men brought onyx stones, and stones to be set in the ephod, and in the breast lap, and spice, and oil for light, and for the anointing oil, and for the sweet incense. And the children of Israel brought a willing offering unto the Lord, both men and women, as many as had willing hearts to bring, for all manner of works which the Lord had commanded to be made by the hands of Moses. And Moses said unto the children of Israel, Behold, the Lord hath called by name Bezaleel the son of Uri, the son of Hur, of the tribe of Judah, and hath filled him with the Spirit of God, in wisdom and understanding, in knowledge, and in all manner work, to find out curious works, which are made in gold, silver, and brass, in the craft of stones to set them, and in carving of wood to make any manner of subtle work. And he hath put in his heart that he may teach, both he and Aholiab the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan. Them hath he filled with wisdom of heart, to work all manner of graven and subtle and needle work, in yellow silk, and purple, and scarlet, and white silk, and in weaving, and to do all manner of work and subtle feats. 36. And Bezaleel wrought, and Aholiab, and all wise-hearted men, to whom the Lord gave wisdom and understanding, to know how to work all manner work for the service of the sanctuary, and all that the Lord had commanded. And Moses called Bezaleel, Aholiab, and all the wise-hearted men, and such as the Lord had given wisdom unto, and as many as their hearts couraged to come unto that work, to work it. And they received of Moses all the present which the children of Israel had brought for the work of the service of the sanctuary, to make it. And beside that they brought gifts unto it every day in the morning. And all the wise men that wrought all the holy work came every man from his work which they made, and spake unto Moses, saying, The people bring too much, and more than enough, for the service and work which the Lord hath commanded to be made. And then Moses gave a commandment, and they caused it to be proclaimed throughout the host, saying, See that neither man nor woman prepare any more work for the presence of the sanctuary. And so the people were forbidden to bring, for the stuff they had was sufficient for all the work to make it, and too much. All the wise-hearted men, therefore, and they that wrought for the habitation, made 10 curtains of white twined silk, yellow silk, purple, and scarlet. With pictures of broidered work made he them. The length of one curtain was 28 cubits, and the breadth 4, and the curtains were all of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and other 5 by themselves. And he made loops of yellow silk along by the edge of one curtain, even in the selvage of the coupling curtain, and likewise he made on the side of the coupling curtain on the other side. 50 loops made he in the one curtain, and 50 in the edge of the coupling curtain on the other side, and the loops held one curtain to another. And he made 50 rings of gold, and coupled the curtains one to another with the rings, and so was it made one dwelling place. And he made 11 curtains of goat's hair to be a tent over the tabernacle. The length of a curtain had 30 cubits, and was 4 cubits broad, and they all 11 of one size. And he coupled 5 curtains by themselves, and 6 by themselves, and he made 50 loops along by the border of the utmost coupling curtain, and 50 in the edge of the other coupling curtain, that they might be joined together. And he made 50 rings of brass to couple the tent together, that it might be one. And he made a covering upon the tent of ram skins red, and yet another of taxus skins above that. And he made standing boards for the tabernacle of shittim wood. The length of a board was 10 cubits, the breadth 1 cubit and a half. One board had 2 feet, whereby they were joined one to another. And thus made he for all the boards of the tabernacle. Feet for tenons. And thus made he for all the boards of the tabernacle. And he made 20 boards for the south side of the habitation, and 40 sockets of silver under the 20 boards, 2 sockets under one board for his 2 feet, and 2 sockets under another board for his 2 feet, where the sockets of the sides end in the corners. And for the other side of the dwelling, which is toward the north, he made 20 boards, and there 40 sockets of silver. 2 sockets were under one board, and 2 sockets under the other, and toward the west end of the tabernacle. And that is to say, at the end of the tabernacle, which inclineth toward the sea. Inclineth toward the sea, the west end. He made 6 boards, and 2 other boards made he in the corners of the habitation for either side, and they were joined close beneath and above with a clamp, and thus they did to both the corners. And there were 8 boards and 16 sockets of silver, under every board 2 sockets. And he made bars of shittim wood, 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in the one side, and 5 for the boards of the tabernacle in the other side, and the 5 bars for the boards of the habitation in the west end, toward the sea. And he made the middest bar to shoot through the boards, even from the one end to the other, and overlaid the boards with gold, and made rings of gold to thrust the bars through, and covered the bars with gold. And he made an hanging of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, even with pictures made he it of broidered work, and made thereunto 4 pillars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. Their knobs were also of gold, and he cast for them 4 sockets of silver. And he made an hanging for the tabernacle door of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and with white twined silk of needlework. And the 5 pillars of it with their knobs, and overlaid the knobs of them, and the hoops or borders with gold. Their 5 sockets also were of brass. 37. And Bezaleel made the ark of shittim wood, 2 cubits and a half long, and a cubit and a half broad, and a cubit and a half high, and overlaid it with fine gold within and without, and made a crown of gold to it round about, and cast for it 4 rings of gold for the 4 corners of it, 2 rings for the one side and 2 for the other, and made bars of shittim wood, and covered them with gold, and put the bars in the rings along by the side of the ark to bear it withal. Oops. And he made the mercy seat, that is to say, God's answering place, of pure gold. 2 cubits and a half was the length thereof, and 1 cubit and a half the breadth. And he made 2 cherubims of thick gold upon the 2 ends of the mercy seat, 1 cherub on the one end, and another cherub on the other end. Even of the mercy seat made he the cherubims, namely in the ends thereof. And the cherubims spread out their wings above on high, and covered the mercy seat therewith. And their faces were one to another, even to the mercy seat ward, where were the faces of the cherubims. And he made the table of shittim wood. 2 cubits was the length thereof, and a cubit the breadth, and a cubit and a half the height of it. And he overlaid it with fine gold, and made thereto a crown of gold round about, and made thereto an hoop, or border, of an handbreadth round about, and made upon the hoop a crown of gold round about, and cast for it 4 rings of gold, and put the rings in the 4 corners that were in the 4 feet thereof. Even hard by the hoop were the rings, into the which the bars were put, to bear the table withal. And he made the bars of shittim wood, and covered them with gold to bear the table withal, and made the vessels for the table of pure gold, the dishes, spoons, flat pieces, and pots to pour withal. And he made the candlestick of pure gold, even of 1 piece made he the candlestick. For his foot, his shaft, his cups, his knobs, and his flowers were of 1 piece, 6 branches proceeding out of the sides thereof, 3 out of the one side, and 3 out of the other. And in 1 branch the cups made like unto almonds, with knobs and flowers, and in another branch 3 cups made like almonds, with knobs and flowers. And so throughout the 6 branches that proceeded out of the candlestick, and upon the candlestick self were 4 cups after the fashion of almonds, with knobs and flowers, under every 2 branches a knob. And the knobs and the branches proceeded out of it, and it was all 1 piece of pure thick gold. And he made his 7 lamps, with the tongs and snuffers thereof, of pure gold, even of 100 weight of pure gold made he it withal, with all the vessels thereof. And he made the incense altar of shittim wood. The length of it was a cubit, and the breadth a cubit, for it was foursquare, and 2 cubit high, with horns proceeding out of it. And he covered it with pure gold, both the top and the sides thereof round about, and the horns of it, and made unto it a crown of gold round about. And he made 2 rings of gold for it, even under the crown thereof, in the 2 corners of it, and in the 2 sides thereof, to put bars in, for to bear it withal. And made the bars of shittim wood, and overlaid them with gold. And he made the holy anointing oil, and the sweet pure incense, after the apothecary's craft. 38. And he made the burnt offering altar of shittim wood. 5 cubits was the length thereof, and 5 cubits the breadth, even foursquare, and 3 cubits high. And he made unto it horns in the 4 corners of it, proceeding out of it, and he overlaid it with brass. And he made all the vessels of the altar, the cauldrons, shovels, basins, flesh hooks, and coal pans. All the vessels thereof made he of brass. And he made a brazen gridiron of network unto the altar round about, a low beneath unto the midst of the altar, and cast 4 rings of brass for the 4 ends of the gridiron to put bars in. And he made the bars of shittim wood, and covered them with brass, and put the bars into the rings in the 4 corners of the altar, to bear it withal. and made the altar hollow with the boards, um, within the boards, and made the altar hollow within the boards. And he made the laver of brass, and the foot of it also of brass, in the sight of them that did watch at the door of the tabernacle of witness. And he made the court on the south side, and the hangings of the court were of white twined silk, having 100 cubits. The pillars were 20, and their brazen sockets 20 count. And the knobs of the pillars and their hoops were of silver. And on the north side the hangings were 100 cubits, their pillars were 20, and their sockets of brass 20. But the knobs and the hoops of the pillars were of silver. On the west side were hangings of 50 cubits, 10 pillars and their 10 sockets of brass, but the knobs and the hoops of the pillars were of silver. And toward the east side were hangings of 50 cubits. The hangings of the one side of the gate were 15 cubits long, with the pillars and the 3 sockets. And of the other side of the court gate were hangings also of 15 cubits long, with their pillars and with 3 pillars and 3 sockets. I think I was saying there rather than 3 above here. All the hangings of the court round about were of white twined silk, but the sockets of the pillars were of brass. And the knobs and the hoops of the pillars were of silver, and the covering of the heads was of silver, and all the pillars of the court were hooped about with silver. And the hanging of the gate of the court was needlework of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk, 20 cubits long and 5 in the breadth, over against the hangings of the court. And their pillars were 4, and their 4 sockets of brass, and the knobs of silver, and the heads overlaid with silver, and hooped about with silver, and all the pins of the tabernacle and of the court round about were of brass. This is the sum of the habitation of witness, as it was counted according to the commandment of Moses for the office of the Levites by the hand of Itamar son of Aaron the priest. And Bezaleel the son of Uri, the son of Hur of the tribe of Judah, made all that the Lord commanded Moses, and with him was Aholiab the son of Ahisamach of the tribe of Dan, a cunning graver and a worker of needlework in yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. All the gold that was occupied for all the work of the holy place was the gold of the wave offering, even 29 hundredweight, and 730 shekels, according to the shekel of the sanctuary. And the sum of silver that came of the multitude was 5 hundredweight, and 1,775 shekels, after the shekel of the sanctuary. For every man a half weight, even half a shekel after the shekel of the sanctuary, for all them that went to be numbered, from 20 years old and above, even for 600,000 and 3,000 and 550 men. And of the 5 hundredweight of silver were cast the sockets of the sanctuary, and the sockets of the veil, and 100 sockets of the 5 hundredweight, and hundredweight to every socket. Okay. And 100 sockets of the 5 hundredweight, and hundredweight to every socket. And of the 1,770 shekels, he made knops to the pillars, and overlaid the heads, and hooped them with silver. And the brass of the wave offering was 70 hundredweight, and 2,300 shekels. And therewith he made the sockets to the door of the tabernacle of witness, and the brazen altar, and the brazen gridiron for it, with all the vessels of the altar, and the sockets of the court round about, and the sockets for the court gate, and all the pins of the habitation, and all the pins of the court round about. 39. And of the yellow silk, purple, and scarlet they made the vestments of ministration to do service in the holy place, and made the holy garments for Aaron, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he made the ephod of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. And they did beat the gold into thin plates, and cut it into wires, to work it in the yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and in the fine white, with broidered work. And they made 2 sides for it, to close them up by the 2 edges. And the broidering of the girdle was upon it, that was upon it was of the same stuff, and after the same work, of gold, yellow silk, purple scarlet, and twined white silk, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they wrought onyx stones closed in ouches of gold, and graved as signets are graven with the names of the children of Israel, and put them on the shoulders of the ephod, that they should be stones for a remembrance of the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he made the breastlap of cunning work, and like the work of the ephod, even of gold, yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and twined white silk. It was foursquare, and they made the breastlap double, in handbreadth long, and in handbreadth broad. Breadth. And they filled it with 4 rows of stones, the first row a sardius, a topaz, and esmeraldas, the second row a ruby, a sapphire, and a diamond, and in the third row a ligure, an agate, and an amethyst, in the fourth row a turquoise, an onyx, and a jasper. And they were closed in ouches of gold in their enclosures. And the 12 stones were graven as signets with the names of the children of Israel, every stone with his name, according to the 12 tribes. And they made upon the breastlap 2 fastening chains of wreathen work, and pure gold. And they made 2 hooks of gold, and 2 gold rings, and put the 2 rings in the 2 corners of the breastlap. And they put the 2 chains of gold in the 2 rings in the corners of the breastlap. And the 2 ends of the 2 chains they fastened in the 2 hooks, and put them on the shoulders of the ephod upon the forefront of it. And they made 2 rings of gold, and put them on the 2 corners of the breastlap upon the edge of it, which was on the inside by the ephod. And they made 2 golden rings, and put them on the 2 sides of the ephod, beneath on the foreside of it, and over against his fellow, above upon the broidering of the ephod. And they straightened the breastlap by his rings, or tightened, unto the rings of the ephod. No, that's not it. And they strained the breastlap by his rings unto the... Okay, that is stringed the breastlap, I suppose. Strained. With the lace of yellow silk, that it might be upon the broidering of the ephod, and that the breastlap should not be loosed from off the ephod, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he made the tunicle unto the ephod of woven work, altogether of yellow silk, and there was an hole in the midst of the tunicle, as the collar of a partlet, with a bond or tie round about the collar, that it should not rend. And the tunicle they made hems. And in the tunicle they made hems with pomegranates, of yellow silk, purple, scarlet, and white twined silk. And they made little bells of pure gold, and put them among the pomegranates round about upon the edge of the tunicle, a bell and a pomegranate, round about the hem of the tunicle, to minister in, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made coats of fine white and woven work for Aaron and his sons, and a mitre of fine white, and goodly bonnets of fine white, and linen breeches of twined white, and a girdle of twined white, linen or silk, yellow silk, purple, and scarlet, even of needlework, as the Lord commanded Moses. And they made the plate for the holy crown of fine gold, and wrote upon it with graven work, "The holiness of the Lord," is what they wrote, and tied unto it a lace of yellow silk, to fasten it on high upon the mitre, as the Lord commanded Moses. Thus was all the work of the habitation and of the tabernacle of witness finished. And the children of Israel did according to all that the Lord had commanded Moses, even so did they. And they brought the habitation unto Moses, the tent and all his apparel, buttons, boards, bars, pillars, and sockets, the covering of ram skins red, and the covering of taxus skins, and the hanging veil, and the ark of witness, and the bars thereof, and the mercy seat, the table, and all the vessels thereof, and the showbread, the pure candlestick, with the lamps thereof, even with the lamps to be prepared, and all the vessels thereof, and the oil for light, the golden altar, and the anointing oil, and the sweet incense, and the hanging of the tabernacle door, and the brazen altar with his gridiron of brass, his bars, and all his vessels, the laver and his foot, the hangings of the court with his pillars and sockets, the hanging to the court gate and his pillars pins and cords, and all the vessel of the service of the habitation for the tabernacle of witness, the ministering vestments to serve in the holy place, and the holy vestments for Aaron the priest, and his sons' raiments to minister in, according to all that the Lord commanded Moses. Even so the children of Israel made all the work. And Moses beheld all the work, and see, they had done it even as the Lord commanded. Even so had they done, and Moses blessed them. 40. And the Lord spake unto Moses, saying, In the first day of the first month shalt thou set up the habitation and the tabernacle of witness, and put therein the ark of witness, and cover the ark with the veil, and bring in the table, and apparel it according to the order thereof. And thou shalt bring in the candlestick, and light his lamps, and set the incense altar of gold before the ark of witness, and put the hanging at the door of the habitation. And set the burnt offering altar before the door of the habitation and tabernacle of witness, and set the laver between the tabernacle of witness and the altar, to put water therein, and make the court round about, and hang up the hanging at the court gate. And thou shalt take the anointing oil, and anoint the habitation, and all that is therein, and hallow it withal, the vessels thereof, that it may be holy. And thou shalt anoint the altar of the burnt offering, and all his vessels, and sanctify the altar, that it may be an altar most holy. And thou shalt anoint also the laver and his foot, and sanctify it. And thou shalt bring Aaron and his sons unto the door of the tabernacle of witness, and wash them with water. And thou shalt put upon Aaron the holy vestments, and anoint him, and sanctify him, that he may minister unto me. And thou shalt bring his sons, and clothe them with garments, and anoint them as thou didst anoint their father, that they may minister unto me. For their anointing shall be an everlasting priesthood unto them throughout their generations. And Moses did according to all that the Lord commanded him, even so did he. Thus was the tabernacle reared up. The first day in the first month in the second year. And Moses reared up the tabernacle, and fastened his sockets, and set up the boards thereof, and put in the bars of it, and reared up his pillars, and spread abroad the tent over the habitation, and put the covering of the tent on high above it, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he took the testimony, and put in the ark, and set the bars to the ark, and put the mercy seat on high upon the ark, and brought the ark into the habitation, and hanged up the veil, and covered the ark of witness, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the table in the tabernacle of witness in the north side of the habitation, but without the veil, and set the bread in order before the Lord. I should say without or outside the veil, even as the Lord had commanded Moses. And he put the candlestick in the tabernacle of witness over against the table toward the south side of the habitation, and set up the lamps before the Lord, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he put the golden altar in the tabernacle of witness before the veil, and burnt sweet incense thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he hanged up the hanging at the door of the habitation, and set the burnt offering altar by the entering in of the habitation of the tabernacle of witness, and offered burnt offerings and meat offerings thereon, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he set the laver between the tabernacle of witness and the altar, and poured water therein to wash withal. And Moses, Aaron, and his sons washed their hands and their feet thereat, when they went into the tabernacle of witness, and when they went to the altar, they washed themselves, as the Lord commanded Moses. And he reared up the court round about the habitation and the altar, and set up an hanging at the court gate, and so Moses finished the work. And the cloud covered the tabernacle of witness, and the glory of the Lord filled the habitation. And Moses could not enter into the tabernacle of witness, because the cloud abode thereon, and the glory of the Lord filled the habitation, for the cloud had covered all. And when the cloud was taken up from off the habitation, the children of Israel took their journeys throughout their armies. And when the cloud was not taken up, they journeyed not till it was taken up. For the cloud of the Lord was upon the habitation by day, and fire by night, in the sight of all the house of Israel, throughout all their armies. The end of the second book of Moses, called in the Hebrew this, and in the Latin Exodus. Numbers. or sorry, Leviticus. Okay, I can count. The third book of Moses, called in the Hebrew Variah, and in the Latin Leviticus. And this is where I intended to stop, but I think I will read just the first chapter. Because what I did tonight was I read the last chapter that I had read the previous night, and I think I'll continue doing that. So next time I will reread the first chapter of Leviticus. And the Lord called Moses and spake unto him out of the tabernacle of witness, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and thou shalt say unto them, If a man of you bring a sacrifice unto the Lord, ye shall bring your sacrifice from among these cattle, even from among the oxen and the sheep. If his sacrifice be a burnt offering, let him offer a male of the oxen without blemish, and bring him of his own voluntary will unto the door of the tabernacle of witness before the Lord. And he shall put his hand upon the head of the burnt sacrifice, and it shall be accepted for him, to be his atonement. And he shall kill the calf of the drove before the Lord. And the priests Aaron's sons shall bring the blood, and shall sprinkle it round about upon the altar that is by the door of the tabernacle of witness. And then shall he slay the burnt offering, and hew him in pieces. And the sons of Aaron the priest shall put fire upon the altar, and put wood upon the fire. And the priests Aaron's sons shall lay the parts, even the head and the fat, upon the wood that is on the fire in the altar. But the inwards and the legs thereof he shall wash in water, and the priest shall burn all on the altar, that they may be a burnt sacrifice for a sweet odor unto the Lord. And if his sacrifice be of the flocks, namely of the sheep or goats, let him bring a male without blemish for a burnt offering, and let him kill it on the north side of the altar before the Lord. And the priest Aaron's sons shall sprinkle the blood round about upon the altar, and it shall be cut in pieces, even with his head and his fat, and the priest shall put them upon the wood that lieth upon the fire on the altar. But he shall wash the inwards and the legs with water, and the priest shall bring all together, and burn it upon the altar for a burnt offering of a sweet savour unto the Lord. If the burnt offering for the sacrifice of the Lord be of the fowls, he shall bring his sacrifice of the turtle doves, or of the young pigeons. And the priest shall bring it unto the altar, and wring the neck asunder off it, and burn it on the altar. But the blood thereof shall run out upon run out. Oh, am I missing a chapter? No. Okay. What did this say? Run out upon by the side of the altar. And he shall pluck away his crop with his feathers, and cast them beside the altar on the east part in the place of ashes. And he shall break the wings of it, but pluck them not asunder. And the priest shall burn it upon the altar, even upon the wood that is upon the fire, that it may be a burnt sacrifice for a sweet savour unto the Lord. So, tomorrow, or next time, we'll continue with Leviticus. So I appreciate you all for stopping in to watch however long you did. You know, it's all good. But for now, I'm going to call it a session. So I love you, God bless you, and good night, dear friends.